GMS fam, what up? What's going on, y'all? It's a happy Thursday, one day before the weekend comes. Friday is on the way, I can smell it. GMS fam. You know, we here again with another GMS beat. You know that shit goes super crazy, always. What's going on, Samaj, Prophylactic Tactics, JJ, Arius, Allen, what's going on, y'all? I had to get myself right before I popped in here, man. You know, I had to take a couple puffs and shit. You know, we keep the green mind state. As always, I would like to start this thing off with peace and love and positivity, all great things, good thoughts. I hope everybody woke up on the right side of the bed. I hope everybody's hustling, getting to the money, getting to whatever goals they set for themselves, because that is what we are about. Black empowerment and empowering everybody who has a positive mindset, and that's exactly what Green Mind State is about. So if you rep that, then you rep GMS. What's going on, everybody? I see you, Kima Seals. What's happening? SW, Ty the Beneficiary, High Def in the building. What's going on, brother? All right. Now, let me take one more last hit. Gotta hit the pinchy. How's everybody doing, man? What up, Jimmy Chow? How y'all doing, man? Y'all having a good day? Is it a good day so far for y'all? It's a good day for me. I'm over here practicing my set right now. I gotta perform this weekend on Saturday at a farm, at a fucking farm fest, man. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to my guy Klaus, excuse me, in Whetstone Farm. Cool people out there, man. They invite me every year to do the farm fest to perform. And every year it seems to be around a cold time, so they did it a month earlier. And it's going to be a lot warmer and a lot nicer outside, and it's going to be a lot more lit and more fun. So I'm going to go out there and perform and do my thing out there. So y'all wish me luck, man. I'm over here practicing and shit. Now, let's get to the episode of the day. What up, John Goodwill? What's up, Bad CDNT? Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. Is it Kwame or Kwame? I don't know. I hear it so many different times, but respect to Kwame Brown, because that man is one of those people who will speak his mind and have good intentions behind it, and I appreciate that, and that's from somebody who can disagree sometimes with things that he says, and I know he's not the type of person who will take offense to somebody being objective to him. And he can have dialogue and have a discussion with somebody who disagrees with him. But it's a lot of the times people that do come at him try to come at him sideways. And sometimes, it's because they want him to speak up with his platform, and they know that his platform is on the rise, and they know that the people there will come flooding over to the other person and start going and talking to them and whatnot. That's what happens when somebody is on the rise in this YouTube thing. And he's been rising pretty quickly out here. One thing that he has done is he's done a great job at defending himself from people who misunderstand his approach. And one thing I can say about Kwame Brown is he's one of those straight men, along with myself, who aren't homophobic, but we want to maintain a level of straightness in this world. We don't have any problems with anybody of the LGBTQ community. We have family members. We also know people who we consider friends who are of the LGBTQ community, but that is in with respect. That doesn't mean that we have to die down in our straightness or be less of a man because of the fact that we don't have a problem with that side. I think he wants to do a good job, and he is doing a good job of maintaining straightness. And people don't even want you to say something like that because they feel like it's something derogatory towards the other side, but it's not. It's not. It's with all respect. And then they try to, this is another thing, they try to compare it to when people say all lives matter when somebody's talking. No, we're not talking about all lives, because that has nothing to do with sexuality and what your sexual preference is. People have different sexual preferences. That's why they gave these labels. They're straight, gay, bi, trans, all that stuff. I am straight. I'm pretty sure the homies that are in the GMS fam or in the chat right now are all straight as well. So let's have this conversation. Let's have the conversation, because I'm tired of feeling like we can't speak up about certain things when we should, in respect and in regards to things that don't seem right to us. And it has nothing to do with the image, like the image of somebody seeing something that has to do with something gay. It's about the fact that there are now straight men who are participating in certain things, who have a straight following and have influence that can have people doing certain things that are not the same. Now, Kwame spoke up about Russell Westbrook and what happened with him, and when he posted what he posted. And let me just keep it clear. People, if you support GMS, then let's keep it respectful in the comments. All right? I want to keep these algorithms going good, so a lot of people can see this shit, so we can get everybody out there, because they're going to see the chat too. They're going to see y'all names, they're going to see what y'all comment. So I want to make sure that y'all, you know what I'm saying, do right by the whole entire collective. Now, Russell Westbrook posted himself an address. I forgot who the designer was. It doesn't matter. Kwame Brown decided to comment on that. What he was saying was, if you are a straight man and you do things like this, that's questionable, and it's something that will confuse the minds of the straight young men who follow you. And that's not hard to comprehend. And if you are somebody who is gay and supports people's choice of who they are, you shouldn't want somebody to be manipulated or coerced or to be influenced to do something knowing that that's not really what they want to do. Now, there's, of course, the people who have always wanted to do something but haven't because they've been scared to do that. But influence is real. And what I mean by that is, think about the culture. Think about the world we live in now when it comes to music. You see how many clones there are out here. The same rappers that wear the same clothes, rock the same jewelry, spit the same bars, got the same auto-tune, the same beats, same features. Because these people were influenced by the fact that it was popular to do that. And if it's popular, and if you're in the business and in the industry, the people around you are going to tell you you need to do that as well. Trust me, I know. So I think more than anything than trying to control what people do, he wants people to have the freedom to choose what they want to do without being influenced to do it. In other words, why do we have to have Russell Westbrook, who is allegedly or apparently straight, wearing a dress to promote to his, I don't know how many millions of followers? You know what I'm saying? Why do they have to do that when they can literally just have someone gay do that? You know what I mean? And people try to change this is where shit gets weird, because people want to try to change the narrative, or they want to try to change the way that men are men. In other words, trying to get things like this normalized so that men can start dressing in ways that women do, to make people more feminine, to get away from the masculine energy that we're supposed to have as straight men, people who know they are straight men. You know 100% you are straight and you are confident in who you are. Those, like, why do we have to get rid of that? There's nothing, and then I hear Kwame talk about the term toxic masculinity. I thought toxic masculinity was just disrespectful ass dudes. I didn't know that they were talking about toxic masculinity being a straight dude trying to encourage other straight dudes to be comfortable being straight. I didn't know that was toxic. I thought that was just keeping people on the straight and narrow, literally. And it's not like you trying to change somebody from being gay. If somebody's gay, they're going to be gay. I'll never in my life, if I see somebody who says that they're gay and does gay things, I'm never going to be like, oh, man, you don't need to do that, man. You need to chill out on that, man. You need to think about going back to being straight. But if I know you, like let's say there's an instance where I know you and I've known you for a long time, you straight, and all of a sudden you pop up and you see these ads and different things, and you start thinking to yourself, man, I wonder what it's like to wear a dress. And the next thing you know, a week later, your homeboy wearing a dress talking about, well, I seen, homie, man, it's cool because Russell had it on. Nah, I still like women, you know what I'm saying? I'm still out here smashing these, you know what I'm saying, these fine ass, skinny scamies, you know what I'm saying? But I got this dress on. It's like I wouldn't understand that. That it wouldn't make no sense. Then that's when I'll be like, bro, don't just because you seen him do it, don't sit up there like, nigga, be yourself. If you wasn't wearing a dress yesterday, if you didn't start this trend, nigga, leave it alone. Don't start doing it because you saw him doing it because you love Russell Westbrook and you love the way he be slam dunking the ball. Pun intended. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Kwame said what he said, and he was justified in what he said. There was no homophobia about it. There was no disrespect towards gay people or anything like that. He was trying to make a solid point as a straight man. Why would another straight man want to do this? Now, we believe in people doing what they want to do, right? But when it comes to clothing and when it comes to your influence, you have to be careful of that type of shit. And I understand that. Now, we had an episode before when we were talking about Lil Nas X and talking about an agenda. Yes, there is a gay agenda, but it's all about what you allow yourself to succumb to, subject yourself to, and your kids. When there is an agenda and when the higher powers are behind an agenda and they push whatever they want to push, you cannot stop that. We cannot stop that. There's nothing we can do. We do not have the power. We do not have the resources. We cannot control what people that are in high positions with a lot of money can do. Let me put this out here. I was on YouTube the other day, and there was an ad up that said, "Are you gay?" And it was an ad, and it was for you to take a quiz to see if you were gay. It was an ad, straight up ad. I swear to God, I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but that's what I mean. Like those are the type of things that is part of an agenda. But since you know these things, since I'm telling you this, when you know, and we know that we can't control this, what you can only control is what you allow yourself to consume and what you allow your family to consume. If you have kids. See, when I was talking about parents being better parents, some people were like, no, man, no. And that's just how you can tell the motherfuckers out there that ain't good parents and don't sit up there and take time with their kids. And this is what I'm saying. People think we do have, he said we do have the power. We the people are the power. Yes, but there is money behind this. We don't, that you can have as many as people as you want. There was a 1 million man march. Guess what? They still killing niggas today. You feel me? Did nobody listen? Because people gonna continue to do what they want to do. I'm telling you that when you need to take your power back. That's the power we have as a people in numbers. So now we have to go and do our own jobs and do our own shit. We can't look for them to turn around. And that's what I mean. Eternal says, good parent or not, agendas will reach your kid no matter what. And exactly, what are you going to tell your kid when it gets to them? That's my point of being a better parent. A lot of people don't take enough time to really sit there and talk to their kids about this shit. See, because when you talk to your kids and you try to educate them on what you know and really take the time to do that, when they do see it, when the agenda does reach your kid, they're going to remember what you said. And they're going to take heed to what you said if they respect you and if they really respect the shit that you say. Like, please understand what I'm saying. Y'all give that's what's giving that agenda too much power when y'all have the but behind it when somebody is telling you, hey, be more involved. Motherfuckers is scared to be more involved with their kids. Yeah, assuming your kid but this is what I'm saying. This is what being more involved in your kid's life is. What do you mean? Assuming your kid will tell you. These are more excuses. Are you not in the house with your kid when they are watching TV? Are you not involved with your kid when they're in here doing whatever they're doing with their tablets or their electronics? You control that as the parent. Until they become old enough to start thinking for themselves and doing for themselves, you have the control of what happens with your child from that point. Things are going to reach them. They're going to reach them inevitably because that's what an agenda is about. Black Lives Matter had an agenda last year. Y'all saw where that reached. That shit was all across the world. People was running around the streets holding Black Lives Matter signs. You know a lot of them people really didn't give a fuck. But that's what happened with the agenda. It'll really manipulate some people. You feel me? Prophylactic said a strong family structure and communication makes a big difference. Exactly. Thank you. See, when I'm talking about parenting, I don't like to hear excuses, especially from people who, if you do have a kid or not. I need people to understand the power that they have as a parent and what it means to be more involved and to actually have a real foundation in your family and communication and not just parent your kid off fear. See, when you parent your kid off fear and all you do is hope your kid fear you and all you do is be the mean person all day, they going to inevitably rebel. You got to be able to talk to your kids. You got to be able to build some type of real actual communication and relationship with your child so that when you do tell them about what's going on, because it's not like you can't tell them. You can tell them, hey, there's an agenda going on right now. And I don't want you to feel like you have to be influenced because you see all this shit all the time. I need you to understand that you're going to end up seeing this. You're going to end up seeing that. But remember what I'm telling you. Don't be easily fooled by what it is that they're trying to push on you. Still be yourself. Still think for yourself. Be open-minded, but don't let anybody push you to feel or think a certain way just because you see everybody else doing it. I make sure I tell my kid that. Ben Slim said it's on adults to care. People want kids because it's the thing too. But if you're a selfish nature, you're doing them a disservice. Exactly. Eternal says, brother, no one is around their kids 100% of the time, so you're not going to always be in control. But that's the point of talking to them and having that foundation so that when they're not around you, they remember what you said. Like what my mom did. When I grew up, my mom used to tell me a lot of shit. She told me a lot of shit. She made sure I stayed on my P's and Q's, especially where we were going to school at. So I wasn't around my mom 100% of the time. Matter of fact, your kids are going to be at school more than they are around you when they start to really be in school. Trust me. But when you have that foundation and when you build that communication with your kids and you actually talk to them and make sure things go the way that they are supposed to go and you build that respect with them, then when they're not around you, they're going to always think about that with every decision that they make. I could have been locked up somewhere, but I always thought to myself that my mom is more terrifying to me in a way where she wasn't scaring me, but she was letting me know, if you get locked up out here, if you do something to where the police have to come and snatch you up, you better be more afraid of me than them. You better hope they get you to jail and behind bars before I get to you. You ain't got to worry about them. You got to worry about me because I'm not raising no son that's about to be in and out of jail doing a whole bunch of fuck shit. That was a constant reminder every time I left the house. It wasn't like every time I was walking out, she's like, hey, remember, and gave me a long speech. It was just that she said it enough to the point where she didn't have to say it no more. I remembered that when I left the crib. When you build that foundation with your children, they will remember that when they are not around you. And then you won't have to worry so much about what will happen with them. And as a matter of fact, it'll get to the point where if you're even that so much open with your kids, next thing you know, you have to be the person to build off that. You have to build off that, make sure that they are the ones that really take heed to what you say and just practice that. Hold on, let me see. I'm reading something. Lady Aries said, facts. I go through my older 3 kids' phones into their history, etc. Anytime they comment on YouTube on their kids' shows, I get those notifications to ensure no BS is popping off. Exactly. There's ways to do that. Prophylactic said, most parents that are very strict usually have children who project to other people. Yeah, there's a thin line between being involved in building a structure and communication with your kids and being strict. If you're one of those strict parents, they will rebel as well. That's part of the fear and all that other shit. Mind Gay said, I hope you have children since we listening to your boring ass lecture about parenting. I do. I have an 8-year-old daughter, by the way, and this is why I be telling people about being more involved in their parents' life. Now, if you don't, or in their kids' life, but if you don't have a kid, I don't want to hear you talk about me lecturing people on being a good parent, because obviously people have a problem with being more involved in their kids' life. Now, with that said, after what Kwame said, what Kwame said about Russell Westbrook, they went on Comedy Hype and decided to react to what Kwame said. Pierre is, I don't really follow Pierre like that. I really don't. But when I seen what he said, I knew he was off by what he was saying about Kwame, because it was just playing off. He was talking about you got to be hard, you got to be a thug to do this and that. And everybody knows Kwame is like the opposite of that. So I don't know where he got that information from. But Pierre and Capone both had something to say about it. And Kwame went back to inevitably respond, because that's what Kwame does. He'll respond to people who definitely got it wrong. And that's what led to a series of back and forths. And then we got to what we are at right here, when he finally decided to respond to Kwame and what he said. Listen to this.
Oh, wow. What's up, man? What a week I had.
He said, Mind Game said, podcast about parenting is boring as fuck, but he criticized 5150. What are you talking about? Did you read the title? It's not my fault you came late into the middle of a conversation. You sound slow.
Some ups, some downs, some good stuff. I got a lot of tour dates coming up, so checking me out. I'll be around the country a lot. I'm excited about that. Love seeing the people, meeting the people. Some downs. My man AJ Johnson passed away, aka Zell. What else? Got into it with my man Kwame Brown, which I'm gonna extend an apology to him. Kwame, I'm gonna apologize for attacking you, brother. That's what I shouldn't have done. I should have focused on your opinion. I shouldn't have focused on, you and going off on you. That wasn't right in my situation. I shouldn't have done it. It's funny, I had a lot of my friends call me up like, yo, P, what's up with you, man? Come on, we know how you rock, man. That ain't you. In fact, one of your friends of 20 years hit me up like, yo, what's up between y'all? And I had thought about it prior, but once I talked to them too, I was also realized, that ain't me, man. Why am I attacking that brother? I should be focused on his opinion. He had every right to have his opinion, so that was wrong with me. When I heard, the thing of he's saying that no heterosexual man in his hood when he grew up wore a dress, talking about Russell Westbrook, and offended by that, because he brought up heterosexual and just, because the opposite of heterosexual is homosexual. So if you say, hey man, no heterosexual men I grew up around, it means maybe a homosexual would be wearing that only. And I was like, wow, to accuse him of that, and we don't know if he's a homosexual, because, homosexuals get a bad rap out here. He could have easily said, yo, no guys I ever grew up around wore that dress. Okay, that's fine, but to put the heterosexual, homosexual, like I said, no straight man really wants to be accused of being a homosexual. But that's what it was about, and I shouldn't have attacked him about it, because I'm a fighter for those who have the right to do what you want, to wear what you want without being judged. If I followed the creed that he had, people I grew up with, When I grew up, I remember no male would have an earring in his nose. No straight male or just women. It really just women wore the earring in their nose. Remember that little earring in their nose? Only females wore that when I was growing up. I grew up in Maryland and D.C. area. No man wore that. But you know who did wear that? Tupac. The great Tupac wore an earring in his nose. And he fought for women and black rights and so forth. You know, I don't think he's a homosexual by no means. And he wore that. So do I look at him differently now and say, hey, man, no straight man I knew wore that. Oh, you know, no heterosexual man, you know. Another fan of Outkast, Andre 3000. He rocks a wig. No man I grew up with wore a wig. Not that I know of. When I seen him, only females wore a wig, or maybe a gay guy wore a wig, but no straight man. I'm not gonna look at Andre 3000 as a homosexual. I look at him as one of the greatest rappers of all time, and Tupac. So, you know, I grew up watching guys in the hood wearing Timberland boots and hoodies, triple fat gooses on and stuff, and bandanas, and they was the thugs, drug dealers, criminals. Most of them that I saw wore that was in that kind of lifestyle. If I see somebody like that now, I don't say, hey, man, you a hood dude, you a thug. No, I'm not going to do that. And I fight for you women. Yes, for you women. You know, I see women with their cleavage showing now, showing a lot of their brother cleavage, or wearing little mini skirts on IG or out, you know, at the party or something like that. When I grew up with that, women who wore that kind of outfit were prostitutes. Yeah, we're prostitutes. I wouldn't look at you as a prostitute. You ain't no whole slut selling pussy. I don't know. It's just your fashion, what you want to wear. So to judge somebody by what they're wearing, man, is, you know, I'm just not going to go that route. You know, I'm here to support anybody for their expression. As long as it ain't criminal or violent, I got it. I'm going to stand up for you. And that's what I should have stayed focused on, opposed to attacking my brother, Kwame. And then to hear that he was actually a fan of mine, too, I was like, man, damn. You know, as I'm a fan of his. Like, I'm serious. I had no problem with shit, Kwame. I'm actually a fan of his. I respect the fact that he's passionate about what he says and how he speaks out. I may not agree with everything, but I'm definitely down for the brother willing to put his neck on the line to speak what he speaks.
He didn't sound like a fan.
You know?
On that comedy hype video. There's a difference between critiquing somebody and not agreeing with what somebody said. But I'm telling you, when the camera's on, and when people have a platform and their ego's involved, they like to do a little too much. And he put a little bit too much on it.
You know, but yeah, I don't want to add to that, you know, black on black dislike for each other and verbally assaulting each other. You know, stay on focus, you know, on opinions. That's how I am. People who know me know how I rock. I got nothing but love for black folks. You know, I've marched with them. I've marched with AIDS rallies and so forth. You know, Black Lives Matter. I'm down for it. In my neighborhood, I clean my neighborhood.
How am I a racist? I love black people.
Put up, man.
What are you talking about?
You know?
We've heard that so many times. Now, I get it. Pierre is mixed. I'm not the type of person that be looking at people who are mixed or light-skinned and be like, oh, you not black. But it does kind of echo the sentiments of a motherfucker who be like, oh, I'm not racist. I have black friends. I went to the Black Lives Matter rally.
I make rallies in my neighborhood, so I'm a fighter. You know, I live in a black neighborhood. But, you know, I'm always going to fight for the underdog. And I understand some people say, you know, black masculinity is under attack. I mean, I think it's only black people. I mean, I've seen white rapper, what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly's very popular now. He wears, you know, fingernail polish, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight. And I think if we don't like those images of those, you know, the homosexuals, for those who don't like it, I'm gonna rock with both. You know, straight male image, and if you want to be flamboyant, I'll let you rock the flamboyant look. That doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna judge you in a negative light for doing it. I might not like what you got on. And you might like, I don't wear no dress. I ain't gonna wear no dress that Russell Westbrook had. But I'm not gonna knock him for doing. That's his thing.
That's the fright. That's people being scared now, and I see that. Like, I'm one of those people personally where I don't like confrontation, so I speak from that. But people who are in the industry have to watch what they say to try to build more connections with people or try to be on people's side. People are scared to confront shit. Russell Westbrook put on a dress. That was wild. But he's been doing wild shit before this. Like, this isn't Russell Westbrook's first. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, he'll do something. This is just like when fucking Trick Daddy went on Drink Champs to say that he got his butt ate for like the third time over the span of 3 years and shit. And every time he said it, people be like, yo, you hear what Trick Daddy said? Yo, this ain't the first time Russell Westbrook did something. This is just every time he does it, people are like, oh my God. But it's like at this point now, we gotta, I mean, Russell might have to come out the closet at this point. At this point. And people so scared to confront that. And they try to twist it and make it like, well, we don't want to tell people what to wear. No, that when we say stuff like that, that's like me telling like a black kid he ain't got to wear what the kids in the hood wear just because kids in the hood wear this. You can wear you can wear some slacks, man. You can put on a button-up shirt. You can wear your glasses proud. Be a nerd if you want to. That's what not judging people is. But we have a clear state of what straight, gay, bi, trans, and all that stuff is. And we have set the standard when it comes to certain things. And it fucked me. I'm telling you right now, it fucked me up because I'm a fan of Kid Cudi's music, man. I think Kid Cudi is just, he's an incredible artist. To say that I agree with the things that he wears and how he dresses and his look will be a total lie. Because I don't. But there's a difference between listening to his music and actually participating in the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? I don't participate in none of that. You won't catch me with fingernail polish on. You won't catch me with a dress on. You won't catch me with no, and that's not me trying to be extra manly. It's because I'm not into that. Simple and plain. It's very simple. I'm just not into that. And the way that things are now, people are very scared to confront shit. Shit looks wild. And at this point, hey, Russell might have to come out and say something. Now, hold on. Let me go past here, man. Let's get to Kwame's video, man, because I don't want to hear too much of that. Like my homegirl said, it sounded like he got marbles in his mouth when he talk. I don't want to hear Pierre. We're going to have to listen to the response that Kwame had. Listen to this shit. What's going on, everybody? Matter of fact, I ain't doing my due diligence. If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is the GMS Show. I am your host, Black. And if you want to follow me on my socials, I'll follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App if you're feeling generous. Hit that super chat if you also feeling even more generous. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Green Room. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. We after 2 minutes now.
He be waiting for that 2 minute mark like a motherfucker.
Woo, Pierre. Hey, Pierre. Hey, listen here. Since you say you're a brother, okay. Allegedly you're a brother, okay. Brother to brother, right? Let me start off by saying, first of all, I don't know who told you I was a fan of yours. I don't know who said that. I don't know who could have told you. I know Ronaldo or Barbara, a couple of niggas up there you might know. But shout out to B-More anyway. Shout out to all of D.C., Virginia. I love it up there. But they don't really act like you, sir. And so I was thinking about you just like anybody else thought about you. I remember this nigga in something. Baps or some shit. This nigga was the goofy nigga in one movie or one, maybe two.
He said the
like,
goofy nigga.
That would be like me fronting like, oh, nigga, I was an all-star. Niggas would be like, even niggas I know would be like, nigga, quit lying. Nigga, I was defending you the whole time. Nigga, stop lying. You know what I mean? So why is you fronting like somebody goddamn you was some hell of a nigga, like somebody just knew you all over the place? Motherfucker, I didn't know you. But let me accept your industry apology, okay? And I'm going to give you an industry, I thank you for your industry apology, and I'm going to give you an industry acceptance. And I'll say,
hey, send me a message or something. I'll follow you. I didn't even know you followed me. I be getting follows at random times. If you don't do it while I'm live, then I don't know if you follow me right then and there. It'd be somebody else. But I'll follow you back. Hit me up.
Back to you. my industry apology is I apologize for calling you a wet baby seal and a weak weasel. I apologize for calling you those things. A baby dolphin head bitch. I apologize for calling you all those
Damn.
things in the past. But see, now I gotta refresh it up again and call you a wet baby seal and a weak weasel dolphin head bitch for the shit you just said. See that? So I apologize, industry, for that shit, and I hope you accept mine too. But now I'm saying fuck you all over again because I can't respect no nigga like you. Because let me tell you something. See, I would have respected you more if you would have said, because you started out your live like, yo, I'm being booked. I had some good things. I had some bad things. I'm being booked all over the country. I'm just show. It's COVID, right? What the fuck you doing traveling all over the country being booked? You wasn't in no hell of a show like that, boy. So you said my name to get viewership and you pandered towards gay people because for the life of me, I can't understand why you keep bringing up gay people, boy. That's for the life of me, I can't understand. So since, let me, I've been working out my neck tight now. Let me loosen up for the weak weasel. So, hold on, let me get a little water. Hold on. Loosen up for this weak ass weasel.
Get him.
So since you keep saying things that I never said, right? You want to apologize. That's the new thing to do now. This is why I call it an industry apology. See, I've been in those rooms where somebody say something that's real outlandish and jackass bullshit, and people are paying close attention to the words that I'm saying out of my mouth, and people are paying close attention to the words that you're saying out of yours. And people are starting to see that the shit you saying is horse shit. And the shit I'm saying is not only what they're thinking, but it's true what I'm saying, and you're changing my words, and they can hear that you're doing that because I keep pointing it out. And you keep talking about it, sir. Giving me the opportunity to point out the fact that you will not stick to the topic, sir.
Sir.
So we can all give a fake industry apology, just like they tell you to do in those rooms when you say something wrong. Just apologize so you don't look like the bad guy. And then after you apologize, then you go ahead and debunk and say all kind of horse shit that pretty much destroys your apology. But people will think you're the nice guy because you apologized. So I apologize too. And now I'm going to give my critique of that bullshit you said, boy. Now, look here, weak weasel. Nothing I said had anything to do with being homosexual or gay. You keep trying to make an analogy.
What do you talk about mind games so I can make you look stupid in front of these people? Just type it out so I can make you look like a fool.
So the opposite of the heterosexual man wearing a dress is gay. So nigga, I never said bring up no analogy, did I? Use the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth, sir. I said no heterosexual men. And I said that I grew up around none. And most people agree, even you agree, that no heterosexual men that you've been around wore dresses. That doesn't have anything to do with the homosexual community, with women, with children, with none of that. I was specific. I said heterosexual men. Why can't we be spoken up for,
I know, Bad Seed.
talked about in our own sector by itself without bringing in all the other people that I'm not talking about? Why can't we do that? What is wrong with you? You said something like, my fans are coming to you and that my fans threaten your life and they wanted to kill you and this and that. Another way for you to try to paint me and the people who respect me and like me as some sort of villains. I didn't get on here crying about some of the stuff that was told to me by the people that keep listening to you, that keep bringing up gay people when I haven't said anything about gay people. But I'm assuming that some of these people are gay. But do you want to know what some of these people have said to me? Are you kidding me, sir? You don't want to demonize and start, because I know that you have no control over what someone says that's not putting a picture up. So I would never get online and try to paint that picture about everybody who supports you like you just did, sir. See, all you did was a rally cry. You was doing job promotion, you networking. That's all you're doing, you networking. And so you're networking, so you're getting booked because you ain't funny. And so you keep pandering to gay people. And when I'm not saying anything about gay people, I want to have a conversation about heterosexual males, black males that are made to be effeminized and made to look feminine, wearing dresses when they're supposed to have wives and they're supposed to be masculine and they're supposed to be men. See, that's what I said. I don't know what you're talking about. You said also that after you said all this, you hope my fans ain't doing this to Kwame, because I hope my fans are not doing that either. But I understand that you can't control that, so I would never put that narrative out about all your fans. So just know that your fans are saying some crazy shit to the old Busty Bus, okay? So don't make it seem like your side is so peaceful or whatever side you're talking about, okay? So let's move on. You said, after all you said I'm putting my neck out on the line. See, I like my neck, see? And I never said I was putting my neck out on the line. I said I was an old Busty Bus. I said we all or nothing. I said I'm not your leader. So why do you keep putting words in like that I'm putting my neck out on the line? What did you mean by I'm putting my neck on the line? Who's gonna chop this neck? Who's gonna bother this neck? Why would they bother this neck? It's all inclusive, right? So why would my neck be on the line? So you said that speaking up for masculinity is an uphill battle, and speaking against the gays is an uphill battle. I will say again, sir, I am not speaking against anyone that's gay. I don't understand why you keep bringing up gay people, sir. You might want to come out the closet, or something, because you keep inserting gay people into a heterosexual man's talk.
What up, 1,
sir.
2, 3?
You cannot try to, and I notice, sir.
Hey,
see, they should.
What up, Reek's Platform? He said he's new to the channel. Everybody shout out Reek's Platform. We appreciate you, man. This is the GMS Show. I do reviews. I also do topics on other shit, and I do interviews as well. So you'll see those coming up. I got a couple interviews coming up, big interviews coming up. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. Appreciate you.
Shouldn't have let you talk. They should have made you drop your mic. Because, see, I did a little research on the little video you said, right? I wrote down a little notepad. And you tried to give examples, and to me, you was trying to soften our community up by pointing out some of our heroes that the black community like, that may have done something that's on the lines of what you think that I'm talking about, right? So you said, well, back in my day, a man wouldn't wear a nose ring. And I would never call a man gay who wore a nose ring. First of all, I never called Russell Westbrook gay. I just said, fuck you. I said, if you're a heterosexual man, you shouldn't be in a dress. That's what I said. I didn't call this man gay.
Prophylactic, that's facts.
But that's what you keep saying because you want to pat on your ass, or I mean the back, from gay people, I guess. Because I'm not talking about gay people, but you keep saying that. So to make your point, to drive your point home, they should have made you drop your mic because you're telling on yourself. First of all, my neck is on the line for talking about you claim gay people. So if you talk about gay people, your neck is on the line. Which I'm not even talking about gay people. I'm talking about heterosexual men. So you keep trying to turn the corner to make it about gay people so that my neck will be on the line. Wow, Pierre. You really dumb, ain't you, boy? So in your example, you said people in your day would not wear nose rings. People in my day, yeah. They wouldn't wear no nose rings, and I wouldn't never look at it as gay as somebody who wear nose rings. And you know who wear a nose ring? Yeah. Tupac. Tupac wore a nose ring. Yeah. And I know Tupac wasn't gay. He spoke up for men. He spoke up for women. And I'm sitting there like, okay, let me listen to some more. Then you gave another example. Yeah. I wouldn't just call a man gay. Andre 3000, he wore wigs. And I said, look at this pandering bear.
Pandering bear.
But you notice what you did, sir? I said they were targeting black males, heterosexual males, and you named 2 black people. You named 2 black people. And first of all, I wasn't talking about no wigs or no damn earrings. Secondly, men did wear wigs. Judges wore wigs. It used to be looked at as a sign of respect. So you're wrong about that too. And you turned into a little bit of a Karen. Well, in your video, you turned into a Karen. Yeah, and I don't know what you talking about with all this black and white stuff. You know, I got black friends. I live in a black neighborhood. I walk with the black people. I march with them.
He said he turned into a Karen. Oh, man. Yo, that's crazy. He said this man turned into a male Karen. Hey, but no, for real, that is one of those things that is like a quick go-to. Like, if you black, you shouldn't have to explain any of that. That was wild. Like, it echoes those sentiments that white people do when they be like, I'm not racist. I got black friends, man. I be marching with black people all the time, man. Look, I have a Black Lives Matter sign in front of my home. See, for those who don't know, for GMS fam, y'all know what's up. But for those who just tuned in or new here, I'm from Minnesota. And a lot of the things that happened last year, I got to see firsthand. And I'm going to tell you like this. Before all the George Floyd shit happened, you couldn't see nobody around here with no Black Lives Matter shit, nothing. And as soon as that shit happened, as soon as shit hit the fan and shit started burning down and motherfuckers got scared, you start seeing signs in everybody's yard. And it was more so, and it wasn't even about Black lives. It was about the fact that they were trying to protect their homes because everything was being played on the news, but what was happening here and what the word was here was that everything was finna move to the suburbs and everybody's finna come out here and fuck shit up. So you start seeing people in the suburbs with Black Lives Matter signs in front of their house. And then they neighbors across the way would combat them with All Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter and Protect the Blue and Trump flags and all this type of shit. It was crazy, man. It's wild as fuck. But that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, it's like it's a protection thing for them. What up, Jeff? We got Jeff Brown, OG Jeff in the building. What's going on?
What? You march with us? You like black people because you walk with us? Nigga, what the fuck changed? This nigga said this is an uphill battle and I will not fight against it. The homosexual community ain't going nowhere. Who the fuck asked the homosexual community to go anywhere?
Right.
That would be literally asking some of my family members to go somewhere.
Facts.
No one said that, jackass. Boy, something wrong with you, boy. Something is wrong with you. You try to demonize. You guys are starting to be figured out very easily because instead of being able to have a simple conversation like we the people are trying to have, you always try to demonize the other side for just asking a question or having a different opinion. And that's sad, Pierre. And I'm glad you got booked for a show. But I would have respected you more, my nigga, if you'd have just said, I said your name for the algorithm, my nigga. I said your name so I can get booked for these shows. I'm going to go out here, I'm going to rock out. I don't mean that shit, my nigga. Fuck it, I rock with you. I salute you. Because you trying to sit here and play this nice guy shit now. I'm a fan of Kwame. I'm a friend of him. I'm a fan. When was you a fan of mine, nigga? When you said I got about 15 seconds of fame? The first thing you said about me, the first time I heard of Pierre after whatever movie I forgot, the first thing I heard was you say, yeah, man, that nigga Kwame Brown, boy, yeah, boy. Looking just like that nigga Kwame Brown. Seal-looking face bitch that you are. That nigga Kwame Brown, shit. Yeah, boy, yeah, this little 15 minutes of fame about that, boy. What are you at, about 4:45?
You say he had a senior frogs
yeah,
looking
we'll see.
face.
You never know. We'll see how long it lasts. That ain't respect, bitch. That ain't respect, motherfucker. That ain't how you respect no motherfucking man. I don't understand you niggas. I must be a foreign to you niggas. That is not how you respect a man.
Hey, I'm going to say this too. 123 Kids said there are LGBT people who think dressing up in other genders' clothing is off. Pierre trying too hard to put into a Tyler Perry movie. And that's another thing, bro. Let me tell you something. There are people of the LGBTQ community who look at the shit that Russell Westbrook did and was like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you trying to appropriate? Like, motherfuckers is like, they want to be over there with what they want to do and be free, be happy, be gay, all that other stuff, right? And then it's like having somebody infiltrate the building and then trying to do some random, like there's people out there who feel that way. I'm pretty sure Flame Monroe is one of those people that feel that way. Like, nigga, if you ain't gay, take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's plain and simple.
And that's why I don't got a lot of friends. Nigga, you don't talk to no man like that and then tell me, I'm sorry and we friends and I always respected you. Nigga, you ain't never said nothing respectful to me or about me. Every time you opened your mouth, up until today, you started with an apology and then you went back on to demonizing once again.
Seems.
Niggas like you are easy to beat because your arrogance into thinking you know something and you don't know shit, boy. You gotta lie and trade your soul for the truth. And it's sad, and I'm glad you keep talking about it. You should have dropped the mic, nigga, and shut your bitch ass up. But you keep wanting to shake that ass for a check. So I'm gonna let you shake that ass on stage, nigga. And I'm just gonna expose you. Because I said nothing about gay people. And nigga, you cannot, and I notice you won't bring up the fact that Lil Nas X, as big as he is, said fuck the kids.
Ooh, let's talk about that.
And I showed on my platform,
let's talk about
video after video of this young man around the children.
I said this a long time ago. You can try to find the video. It's from an earlier show. I did a whole show on when Nas X dropped that devil shoe, that Satan shoe with the blood in it. I said, this is when you really have to protect your kids, because now the imagery is getting to a dark ass place. It's one thing to not want your kids to be subject to seeing any like gay imagery and whatnot, because you just ain't. First of all, let's get it straight. Any sexual images for a kid is off, whether it's straight sexual images, gay sexual images, whatever. Sexual images, period. They don't want kids to be influenced by. That's why what Lil Nas X did on stage is just as not cool as a Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion on stage doing some shit where kids can see this. It's the same shit. But let's get to this part. This is a person who knows that he has a lot of influence from the kids. His first breakout song was Old Town Road. And all the kids all across America, if you remember all the trending videos of kids singing Old Town Road and him going around doing, I remember this shit when he was going around doing tours and all these schools and all the little kids was, yeah, Lil Nas X, ah. And then only to have Lil Nas X do what he does now and then to go on the radio and say, hey, fuck them kids. And I saw he tried to catch himself, but what he said was from the heart. Yeah, I didn't take the whole, well, you know what, let me not say that. I don't mean that. No, you did mean it. You meant that. So this is what I mean now from what I said earlier about being a better parent and being more involved in your kid's life and building that foundation and getting that communication together, because you're going to have somebody who will influence your kids in a way, and the next thing you know, say some shit like that and lead them down the wrong path. It's bigger than the whole LGBTQ anything. When niggas start grinding on Satan, yeah, there's a bigger problem out here. They tested the agenda with that one. They was trying to see if they can go a little deeper with that, but we pushed that back. Like my man said, we do have power as a people. And when that shit happened, that shit got pushed back immediately. Now everybody was like, nah, we ain't fucking with that. So immediately he had to switch it up and do some heavenly shit next and go be floating up in the fucking air and shit, doing some weird shit. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But just know that when there is an agenda afoot, we got to do something about it.
We also know that he wrote a children's book, as if the kids don't know. We don't got plenty of other books that's teaching the kids A, B, fucking C. We need Lil Nas X to teach them the ABCs on the country town road horse. And then we'll have a video of him sliding to the devils, you know what. Excuse me. And I never said I thought nothing was demonic and devilish. What I pointed out is the fact that this young man is an adult. going to all these kiddie events, Disney, Sesame Street, or wherever he was at. Allegedly, all this, because I seen it on video. But we're going to say allegedly because you guys are some powerful motherfuckers and y'all trick up words and all kind of bullshit. But from the videos that I seen, allegedly, I thought I saw crowds of children clapping for a man that was singing a song about a horse that everybody could like. And now all these kids like this man, and now he's going to all these different kiddie events, and now he's sliding down to the devil's you know what. I never said it was demonic. I asked what are these signs that everybody are talking about in these videos, these billy goats and these horse-looking motherfuckers and all this other shit that I'm not educated enough to know. I'm just a dumbass busty bus, remember? I'm just asking, like my sister Miss Angela Stanton. We just want to know. We too dumb to know what a fucking kid looking up at a devilish looking horse mean. I don't know what it mean. I would like for you to tell me. Don't say I'm saying anything, sir. You go to your damn subscribers and your fans, so you got a responsibility. This is how I know you a weak ass weasel.
Oh,
you
man.
tell the subscribers that may have not have heard what I actually said. You tell them that I don't want gay people. That I just don't want to see that. No, motherfucker, I don't want to see that around the children. Just like I don't want to see violence around the children. Just like I don't want to see heterosexual sex around the children. Just like I don't want to see kids should not see none of this. I didn't grow up around perfect adults, but they were perfect enough to separate the room between kids and adults. And that's all we asking for.
Hey, I see somebody said Nas X's Satan shit is no different than Jay-Z. I don't know what comparison you're trying to make, but either way, it's not cool to me. I don't know about anybody else. I don't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. I'm not with none of the Satan shit. I don't care who did it. I don't care if it was the top artist in the world. I don't care if my favorite artist in the world did the shit. Matter of fact, a couple artists that I do mess with used to do the shit back in the day. I didn't mess with that. I wasn't cool with that. I didn't like that. And I never will like that shit. And I'm glad that they outgrew that shit. Because that shit was a phase. Like, I've always talked about that, too. It's not like what Lil Nas X did was new. Y'all know, like, the whole era of these young kids coming up, the whole mumble rap scene and shit like that. If y'all remember, in, like, the early 2015, 16, and around that time, a lot of these people were coming out with the upside-down crosses and the 666s and shit, and having Satan imagery and all this type of weird shit in their music, and then it got played out because that's not something normal in the black community. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of black people grew up in the church, especially the kids that was doing the shit, the people with the upside down crosses. They knew their mama had their ass in church every Sunday before they got caught in the clout. Let's keep it real.
That's all we asking for. Separate. No one ever said our parents that we grew up around and our families that I am or that anyone is perfect.
Facts,
we're not judging gays. We're not judging
Facts,
anybody.
Jeff.
But we have a right to say that children.
Jeff said, Jeff TV, shout out to Jeff Brown. He said, trying to differentiate the right or wrong of gay sex versus heterosexual sex signals to kids is like trying to decide which weed strain is appropriate for kids. Exactly. No, like, just it don't make sense.
Should not see gun violence, heterosexual sex, nudity from women, and definitely not no nudity from sexual men and promiscuous men and heterosexual men in dresses. That's what we are saying. It's a responsibility that you have if you are a leader, if you are a public figure. You don't get to just run around here as a heterosexual man in a dress. You know why? Because it's bigger than you. You have children wanting to be like you. You have impressionable minds. Notice what you didn't talk about, you weak ass weasel. You never said that. Just like you always bring up, you guys always bring up the gangster rappers. When you want to make your point and agree with what I'm saying, you know how you agree with it? You tell Lil Boosie, what about when you was rapping them gangster lyrics? Wasn't the kids looking up to that, them gangster ass shit you was saying? When you were talking about killing them motherfuckers? Wasn't them kids talking about killing and drugging? And the answer to that is yes. And that's why Lil Boosie agreed. He said yes, but I was speaking about my life. I didn't mean to do all that. And he agreed with you. So therefore, If you're gonna make that analogy, motherfucker, then open up your minds to see that our children, like some of these celebrities that's doing this, slide down to the devil's dick and saying fuck our children.
Yeah.
And heterosexual men putting on dresses, confusing our sons. I like Russell Westbrook, so I want to cross over like him. Hold on, wait a minute. He wearing a dress? Daddy, shit. I mean, Russell doing it. He's still killing it. I don't know what it means, but I want to wear a dress too. No, little boy, you don't wear no goddamn dresses because men don't do that. But Russell Westbrook, a man, and he wearing a dress. And daddy, guess what, motherfucker? He can dunk better than you. So don't tell me that I can't goddamn wear Russell Westbrook dress because he dunk better than you. And
he said he could dunk better than you.
Dunk better than almost every man damn near in America.
That's crazy.
So how the hell we gonna parent
Ralph?
our kids if you keep making them look up to motherfuckers that doing shit that we can't even parent them in our own motherfucking house? You motherfuckers are sick. You really are. You try to demonize everybody that can just see you full of shit. You're coming after these kids so hard. You won't educate them. You're telling me that you don't put coding in schools. Coding is the future. I was just riding in a motherfucking Tesla today, and it's so weird driving this damn Tesla. Every time you take your foot off the brake, this goddamn car's so smart, it slow down for you. I said, hold on, what the?
You can tell this nigga country as hell.
The brakes. I'm trying to get used to this shit. This is my first time. What the fuck is going on? About to change the lane. No, don't go over there. Hey, bitch, am I in control of this car? What the fuck? So you mean to tell me we got a car that smart and somebody coded this damn car? So coding is the future. And that's not what these kids are learning first and foremost. They're learning what they need to change into, identify as, or a fucking theory.
I wholeheartedly agree with him with that because, first of all, the problem with a lot of the generations is that they weren't being taught the right thing coming out of school, and there weren't enough kids that actually had real goals set and had real plans put in place in school. It was all about status. It was all about class and who was the cool, who was the jock, who was the nerd, who was this, who was that. There was never really a real structure with school. Yeah, they put the curriculums in there, but it was about what people actually did in that motherfucker. And I think what he's going with when it comes to teaching kids and putting coding in school and making sure these kids have a real chance at doing something and creating some type of wealth for them and their family and generations to come. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. And what we have been seeing lately is how they are starting to put more things that have to do with sexuality in school, whether it be stuff to teach people about gay people or teach people about trans or whatever you want, whatever they try to do. I don't know what the curriculums are. I've been out of school for a long time, but I feel like it's going to get to a point where they're going to stop really teaching kids things that are truly important that'll help them in life. They'll get to that point. If they want to be straight, they want to be straight. If they want to be gay, they want to be gay. That's going to be something they'll get to. But as kids, preschool, elementary school, middle school, there has to be some type of thing in place where these kids are being taught something real to where they need to be getting prepared for life. You have to prepare yourself for life. One of the hardest things in life is life. You have to grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You have to. It's crazy. Jeff said it's not on the system to teach our kids. Why would they? Exactly. It's up to us, the parents. We teach and we raise our children.
Oh, you got to be shitting me.
By the way, if you're just now tuning in, this is the GMS Show. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App and the Super Chat if you are feeling generous. I appreciate it all. Thank y'all.
You got to be fucking shitting me. This is not crazy to see. This is easy to fucking see. Y'all don't want these kids skilled with nothing. You don't want them learning nothing. You want them dependent on the government, depressed, on pills, sad and violent and listening to bullshit, open to every goddamn thing, what it seemed like. Because this shit don't make no sense at this point. And anybody that say something, Pierre, you said the truth. You said they neck are on the line. Now, Pierre, how are you all inclusive and how are you okay with just an opinion if you're going to admit on open airwaves that somehow my neck is on the line for my opinion, sir? I just have an opinion as one man and my neck is on the line. Whoa, you should have dropped your mic, boy.
It definitely does start at home.
Why would you say such an ugly thing? Who got my neck on the line, Pierre? And what did I say that's so offensive for said neck to be online? If it's not an agenda, Mr. Pierre, sir, why would you say, I've never heard somebody say someone's neck is on the line speaking about any other thing other than what you tried to tie me to, which is something about gay people, which I'm saying to gay people, this has nothing to do with you. I'm talking about heterosexual men wearing dresses. If you guys don't want us to talk about you, then stay over there and don't talk about us. I'm not talking about gay people. I'm a heterosexual man. I have every right to walk, talk, stomp this man shit. And heterosexual men do not wear dresses for any amount of money, for any amount of fame, for any amount of notoriety. And that's why y'all don't put heterosexual men on TV nowhere, because there's lines that we will not fucking cross. I don't give a fuck what carrot, whatever you dangle. When you dealing with a man, there's not a line. There's no amount of money whatsoever you gonna get us
Oh, I know what they dangling in front of y'all. Pause.
to cross nothing. And that's why you don't want us around. That's why you call it toxic, because you need some of that shit sometime. So when it's time to say no, you gotta stand on that no. That's the shit y'all don't want everybody to understand. This shit ain't toxic. This shit what you need.
This shit ain't toxic. This shit is what you need. I like that phrase. I mean, and here's the thing. If you want to continue to see what Kwame said about Pierre, please be my guest and continue to go watch that video. But this is the gist of everything right here. We have to be more comfortable, if you aren't already, in being a straight man. And with that means not being uncomfortable around gay people, but also not letting yourself get pushed into an agenda. Because there is an agenda, but it's about what you allow yourself to get subjected to. Are you weak-minded enough to turn into something that you aren't just because you saw it on TV? Are you too weak and too not involved and too not structured in your family to where you can't build a relationship and build communication with your child so that your child can understand where you're coming from, what it is that's going on, and the fact that they cannot subject themselves to things that will easily influence them? It all boils down to that, because like I said, when it comes to an agenda, there's not much we can do as people besides voice our opinion. You know, when it comes to the money side of shit, they got the money. They gonna put the money into the advertisements, into the TV shows, the movies, the all that, all of it. But it's up to us. It's up to us to make sure that we maintain what it is that we need to maintain around us. We can't do nothing on a bigger scale than that. So if you staying true to who you are, if you are comfortable in your sexuality, if you are a straight man and you know that you stand on your two feet and on solid ground, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Shout out to Kwame Brown, man. He's been doing his thing. One day I'm gonna get an interview with Kwame one day. I'm gonna sit down with him and pick his brain and get to know him and talk about his background. I feel like on YouTube he does a lot of conversation and you know, often some back and forth with people who tend to disagree with him or have things to say about him. But I don't know if he's pretty much sat down and just kind of really just have somebody interview him and talk about his life and his upbringing and what has instilled in him. A lot of people already know now because of the things that he talks about. They kind of know where he stands, but I kind of want to know a little bit more about Kwame one day. So If you're watching this video, once again, like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Follow me on my socials. Hit the Cash App or the Super Chat if you are feeling generous. I would appreciate it all. And also, next time Kwame goes live, let him know GMS wants to holler at him, man. Let's get that shit rolling. Shout out to Jeff in the building. For the people that are new here, what I do at the end of the show is, if you didn't participate in the chat, now is your chance. Put a GMS in the chat right now, and I'm shouting out everybody. Everybody that puts a GMS in the chat, that's GMS. It stands for Green Mind State, all positive, all that great shit, just all good shit. Positive mind state, staying in good energy, man. That's what that is about. So put a GMS in the comments, and I'm gonna shout all y'all out while I play this beat and get us up out of here, man. Shout out to everybody, the green room, the chat, everybody. Let's go. Put them GMSs in the chat. Let's get it. I'm shouting out everybody that puts GMS in the chat right now. Beat brought to you by GMS. Let's go. Shout out to Bad Seed, ENT, King, Otto, Terry White, Arius Allen, 123 Kid XL, Brandy, Shy Girl 64, Tehadora NYC, CD, The Future is Mad, DP, Siobhan Palmer, Portmore, Jamaica, Black Swan Sounds, Ralph S., Vincent Lee III, Lady Aries, Eternal Umbra, K. Zell, High Def, Prophylactic Tactics. What's going on, y'all, man? Appreciate y'all for putting the GMSs in the chat. You know, we stay strong out here, man. Adadas. What is Adadas? Adadas. I don't know what that is, but shout out to you. Kid at Heart. Rod from Bama, shout out to you. Theodora NYC, Lady Aries, Daryl Dawkins. Hey, Ben Slim, Uncle Jeff, the OG Jedi. Shout out to Jeff Brown in the motherfucking building today. Appreciate you, man, always. We got to get you back on the show ASAP. Hit me up, man. Let's do a show together. We got to do a show together and talk to these people. I know the GMS fan missed you on the show. We did one interview and that was it. We were supposed to do some more. Let me know, Jeff. Prince Young in the building. Sanaa in the building. Hey, let's go. Balaj in the building. Hey, y'all didn't know this? Y'all know GMS is here. This episode was brought to you by Can of Soda, high quality CBD for an affordable price, made right here in Minnesota by Minnesotans. You can get more info about Can of Soda at canofsoda.com. That is Can of Soda, SOTA. See, I fucked that up. I gotta fix that. But go to canofsoda.com. and you'll see what's going on. All right? Appreciate y'all, man. Michael Young is in the building. Where y'all from, man? Where y'all from? I want to know. Let me know where y'all from. Shout out where y'all from, man. Shout out where y'all from. I'll put on another beat that I made. Shout out where y'all from. I want to know where y'all from. We got B More in the building. DC in the building. What up, Mike Joyner? I know you still want to have a conversation. My bad, man. Pull up to the next episode if you want to. We can conversate there. Chi-Town in the building. What up, Tyrone? We got Texas in the building. South Bend, Indiana. South Jamaica, Queens in the building. What's happening? NYC, Los Angeles, Birmingham, Alabama, Chi-Town, Houston. Man, y'all pulling up from everywhere. Oklahoma City in the building. NYC, of course, Theodora. You gotta rep NY. Where y'all from? What up, CD? Bahamas, the Bahamas, man. We got the homie from the Bahamas in here. That's a beautiful thing. Minneapolis. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Orlando in the building. Okay. We got Florida. Is it true that some of the craziest people come from Florida? I heard that. I heard about that. There's always something happening in Florida. I hope you stay safe out there, Lady Aries. I know you ain't crazy. Hey. Oh, that's what part you from, Theodora. She from the Manhattan area. That's what's up. Look, man. York, PA, okay. Today was a great episode, man. Shout out to all of y'all that tuned in. That's fucking with GMS. I really appreciate everybody who followed me on my socials, everybody who hit the Cash App, man. It's so appreciated because this is what we do. GMS, we really in here doing this shit for y'all every week, pulling up with all different episodes and great conversations. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. All right, GMS, the Green Room, we out.